Let me begin by asking that you all please forgive me for recording this message instead of standing before you to make it. It's a matter of knowing that I would be unable to deliver the message without breaking down, and I don't want any of the sentiment to be lost due to my own emotional weakness. I'm certain that I share the same sense of disbelief with many of you at Lisa's passing. It's virtually impossible to fathom. Lisa personified life. Just like her favorite color red, she was vibrant and cheerful, filled with joy and empathy and decency, kindness and love. It's difficult to imagine a world without her in it. There was always so much laughter when we were together. We used to go camping in Catalina in the summers, and one year Elisa booked passage on the wrong ferry. But Bruce and Lisa didn't discover that they were on the wrong ferry until they had already boarded it with all of their camping gear. And they discovered shortly after boarding and getting settled in that they were in fact on the wrong ferry going to the wrong destination. And so apparently there was quite an emotional upheaval and chaos as they had to exit the boat with all of their stuff with seconds to spare, only to find themselves standing on the dock with no passage over to Catalina Island, where my brother, myself, and our wives were already waiting for them to join us. We made fun of Lisa for years after that. Uh, and of course, I always used to make sure that Bruce knew exactly where we were going and had all the arrangements in his mind as well. So much fun. We all shared so many wonderful moments as young friends. There were countless adventures and activities, and then our lives grew to include children of our own. But instead of resulting in a weakening of our bonds of friendship, like so often happens when people are consumed by life's demands, it only served to increase the size of the party that was always the result of our time together. At the time, I think we all thought that it would go on forever. But like life always does, things change. The Hoisingtons would move back to Kansas while my family would remain in California. But even though the distance in time between our visits was long over these last 20 years, Lisa and all the Hoisingtons were never distant from our hearts and thoughts. I, like all of you, have relished watching the Hoisington family grow and their children flourish. Lisa and Bruce are the best of people, and that is evident in the caliber of the children they raised. My world was brighter by just knowing that Lisa and Bruce were there in Kansas to share their special brand of love and kindness with their own community of family and friends. I have been struggling with how to let go. The images that you've been watching are just a fraction of what I have, and I know they are even a smaller fraction of the images from all of us who loved Lisa that we carry in our albums, our devices, in our own recollections. And every time I look at these images or think of the times when they were captured, I think of Lisa and how fortunate I was to have known her and to have loved her. So as long as I continue to think of her, then I don't have to let go. As long as we all recollect our time with her, then we don't have to let go. She will always be present in our minds and in our hearts. And I know that I will see her again. But until that day comes, I know that heaven will be a more cheerful and colorful place with red accents and sunflowers. Rest in peace, my friend.